Adventure times.
Happy to be here.
We're doing it, man. We're doing it. Let's go on an adventure tonight. You know, we've already kind of been on an adventure just getting this podcast episode started.
That was a full journey.
That was a journey, man. Golly. I'm so bad about I let things like that eat me alive. Like I would have sat there if you weren't here. Yeah. And we didn't have to do this, I would still be fucking with that thing.
I feel like I'm probably a little too laid back where like I don't there's a good balance.
I was about to say the same thing. It's a good balance because honestly, dude, like I literally would still be just sitting there and all I was doing was pushing the record button over and over. So I've got this first episode podcast, right? I've got this nice equipment that I've invested some money to. It's a great setup.
Yeah.
As someone who has a podcast.
No, I mean, it's super legit.
You appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, no, it's sick.
It's a great setup. And the buddy that, when it works, the buddy that, helped me get this and set it up. Is awesome dude, really experienced. Sent me a list of everything to get going. I put the money into it. It's about $6,000 worth of audio stuff and recording stuff. That doesn't count the camera that I had to buy. Microphones, quality microphones, and I test run, do everything. Me and Andy test run it last week, and dude, I literally go to hit record.
I'm pretty techy,
and it won't record.
And I looked at that thing for an hour, and I don't know what's going on.
It's crazy, dude. So, it's crazy, and I'm just like staring. I'm so angry with it.
Well, we're here. I do have a running joke from my
we've got to work
college friends that like they make fun of me because my response to everything is like we'll figure it out. So,
hey.
On the other side, I probably don't care enough most of the time. My wife will tell you that.
Yeah, and I bet Katie's probably like I am.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she would still be messing with it too. Yeah. No, but it is.
Also has a podcast, so it doesn't work. It's not a great.
Also has a podcast, so yeah. Golly, but we'll get it figured out. But that's literally like when you said it's a nice balance. I was thinking the same thing because that is one thing about you that is completely different than me. Is you're very laid back, you're relaxed, nothing's and I love that. I think I wish I could be more like that.
Yeah.
Well, how is it? When is it a bad thing? When is it ever a bad thing? Have you recognized it when it is a bad thing? Like, do you feel it?
I don't know if I'm relaxed, but I always feel like there's a different option to figure it out in my head. Now, that's not always true. When it's not a good sign is when that's not true. But a lot of times, like, there's, like, some workaround. Like, we just run off the SD card,
We run off the SD card. Yeah, we got I've got to get up and turn the camera back on after 30 minutes. But
travel is when it doesn't. Like, I tend to be, like, super late to flights. And I had, like, the worst travel week in my entire life. So, like, that's a point where...
Oh, this week was?
Oh, my God, dude.
What happened?
So
I love good bad travel stories.
It was like a movie. I thought it was so I had to go to New York for basically 36 hours.
You're speaking up there?
No, so I had 5 meetings. They were all writers or show producers for Dream Recovery.
Okay, so this
getting us in articles and stuff. Lined up 5 meetings. Our PR team set up. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come in. First off, I'm like, I can fly in at 5 a.m. on Wednesday. Just be there one night. I'm like, no, I want to get there early.
When's the thing? Is it It's Wednesday?
It's Wednesday the whole day.
So you got the meetings Wednesday.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, I'm going to go. Yeah. I'm going to fly in Tuesday night, get a good night's rest, wake up, work out.
Yep.
Whole thing. Get to the airport.
Yeah.
Supposed to get to New York at like 8 p.m. 3-hour delay.
Flying out of Nashville.
Out of Nashville.
Okay.
And not like I get delayed before I get there, like a 30-minute delay, another 30.
Yeah.
Pro though, met Theo in the
Okay,
Delta
so
Lounge.
this is when you met Theo Bond, and so he was flying out of Nashville too.
Yes,
and y'all were all delayed.
Just so what's up? Talk to him for a second, but I've been trying to connect them on. For the podcast. So that was a plus. But okay, so that happened. So now I land at 11:30. Haven't booked a flight yet. Haven't booked a flight. I lived in New York for a while, so like I know New York around Christmas is like electric. So the hotels are crazy. The area where I had so I land, I'm going to book a hotel that night.
Yeah,
I didn't have anything booked. The cheapest hotel in the area I was staying was $1,800 a night.
Whoa!
And that wasn't even like crazy.
Whoa!
The one hotel I normally stay at is like by Central Park. It's like, let's say $500 to $700 a night on like a Tuesday night normally.
Okay.
$3,900 a night.
$3,900 a night.
So I get there at 11:30. JFK's under construction. Has to take a 30-minute shuttle to the Uber section. Cannot get an Uber. Have to pay this like sketchy cab driver cash.
Yeah.
Venmo.
Okay.
Takes me an hour to get to my hotel from JFK. Check in. Positive. Got upgraded to a really cool room. But next morning, cool. Wake up, have a meeting at a coffee shop. So meeting's at 8. I'm 10 minutes away. So I go to the elevator at 7:45.
Yeah.
25th floor. Elevator's broken.
Oh my God.
25 flights of stairs.
Are you serious?
So it gets way worse.
Oh my God.
25 flights of stairs all the way down, sweating by the time I get to the meeting. I have a meeting 2 miles away, but I have an hour. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to walk through New York. Like, I have 2 hours.
Yeah.
Halfway through, torrential downpour.
Okay.
Just soaking wet.
Getting rained on. What's the temperature?
It's not horrible. That was the one plus. It was like 60.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So it's not cold. Get to the place. I called the PR person. I'm like, hey, I'm here. Like, are you here? Like, oh, are you at the Flatiron location? I'm at the Soho location. Wrong place. Another 2 mile walk. Basically, I have to run because I'm going to be late. Show up there. 2 meetings. Go back. Whatever. Everything was fine from that point besides the rain. Walks by the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center.
Oh, there you go.
For my mom. I sent her a picture.
Oh, there you go.
And then the next morning I wake up. I have an early flight. Supposed to be back at 10:30. Got a bunch of stuff to do. Get a text when I wake up. Canceled. Flight's canceled, which never happens. Booked on the 1:40 flight.
Yeah.
So I leave my hotel 2.5 hours before my flight, thinking I'll go to the lounge, get some work done. 2 hour traffic jam in New York City.
Yeah.
I got my flight left at 1:50. I boarded at 1:20. I got to the airport at 1:23.
Oh my gosh.
Already boarding.
Yeah.
Got through, sprinted to the gate.
Yeah.
They held my plane 5 minutes for me, let me on the
Oh, wow.
So, super happy to be home.
First class?
Yeah. I got
That's
upgraded.
the way to do it, dude. Yeah. Dude, I literally this is, I've got 2 bougie habits, I would say.
You got a few more than 2, but go ahead.
Well, I'll name the 2 that I think that I know I have, and then I'll let you tell me what the other ones are.
Okay.
But here's what I think my 2 bougie habits are, and this has come from because I travel more than I've ever traveled. Really, like when I started doing this content stuff full time, I started traveling. I mean, you know this. We always talk about how much we're traveling, all of us. I started traveling. I mean, every month. At least once a month, sometimes 2 or 3 times a month, one city to another without coming home, the whole gamut. And I love it. Now I'm single. I've got no kids. I've got no pets other than Lamar, the money tree.
Well, if you do it right,
low
though,
maintenance.
it's fun.
You do it right, it's fun. So here's my 2 bougie habits. I Uber Black everywhere. I take an Uber Black. I refuse to ride at anything lower than an Uber Black, and I've got good justification for that. And then I fly first class, right? The Uber Black thing is an easy one for me. It's easy for me to justify this. One, all the Ubers are a write-off, right? That's a write-off every time. I'm either even if I'm going to dinner with my friends that I have here, like you and Katie and everybody, I work with you, so we're having a dinner meeting. Yeah, we're having a meeting right now.
Yeah.
So as much as I take an Uber, dude, I've been in some shitty Ubers, man. I was in an Uber, regular Uber at the CrossFit Games 2023, Madison, Wisconsin. And first time at the CrossFit Games, Uber Black wasn't even an option in Madison, Wisconsin. That's how
I remember that.
Shitty
I was there.
It is.
I saw
that's
you.
right. That's
I didn't
right.
meet you though.
That was before we officially met.
Yeah.
Because that's when I met Josh Whalen in person from Blokes and all that. So anyways, getting this Uber, man, and it's disgusting. And there's 3 of us, so one of us has to ride in the front. And it's like a Toyota Corolla, like a 2010 Corolla. I didn't even know you could have a 2010 and Uber around, 14-year-old car. And fast food bags everywhere. The guy, bless his heart, probably weighed 450 pounds.
His bags?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. Because normally it's like if someone left it in there.
It was disgusting. It smelled, dude. And, I was 100 pounds heavier, so I'm not, I'm obese at the time, but this dude was obese, and you could tell he's just riding around in Uber, eating fast food and throwing the bags on the floor, So, and, he probably doesn't take a lot of people in the front seat, but God, I get sick almost. I'm thinking about that Uber ride, dude. It was gross, dude. So anyways, I'm thinking the whole time, like, fucking... this fucking place, dude. I'm never coming back here again.
Well, you didn't have to because they changed it. Right?
So they moved it. Yeah, thank God. But, with Uber Black, when you can take a nicer Uber, if you don't know what Uber Black is, Uber Black's nicest class of Uber you can get. And not only Uber Black XL. So I take it a step further. I take SUV, Uber Black XL. And the reason this is because there's different standards for those drivers than there are for the regular ones. I think you have to hold a commercial driver's license. A lot of them are chauffeur. They're a chauffeur license or whatever. They have to have an LLC, I believe, too, which means they're a bit. They're an operating business. They're paying taxes in the all that stuff. So they got to have professional insurance. I would imagine. So it's a safer experience. You're in it. You pick an XL because you're in a bigger vehicle. If there, God forbid, there is an accident, you're in an SUV. They're gonna drive slower. So anyways, it's a no-brainer. And I've paid ridiculous money for Ubers before. I've paid ridiculous. It cost me $100 every time I go to the airport from here, basically. Yeah. After you tip.
It's hard to go back though, because like the other thing is
you can't go back.
I feel like it's like
there's no going back.
Well, they know the conversation level. They kind of know like, hey, they're not trying to just like talk your face off.
You can choose if you want no conversation. Yeah. Can you do that in a regular Uber? Do you know?
I mean, I don't want to sound like, I don't really know, to be honest.
I don't know, because you're an Uber Black man as well. So there you go. You're talking to two.
But I also don't
Uber Black riders.
Yeah, I can kind of like with my wife, especially, at night with
Miss Anderson,
with professional drivers too. It's like, I don't know. It just feels like it's safer. Like sometimes she won't do it. And I'm like, well, if she
won't do Uber Black.
She's a little more
step it up.
But I'm like, from a safety perspective, I don't know. That's
when you pitch the safety aspect, what are people going to say to that? Usually everybody's like,
I was told that by an Uber Black driver. He was like, he told me everything they have to go through. He was like, I have daughters, and like I don't let them have anything else.
That's a good point, and you're referring to safety on a different level. With females, and that reminds one of the drivers told me one time. Actually, I was having that conversation. I think with an Uber Black driver, or maybe me and maybe I had a girl riding with me in a car, or whatever. Nora was with me sometime or something. But we were talking about only taking Uber Blacks for that reason. Yeah. Like it's safer for the passenger, females out there, whatever.
I'll vibe with. I can do a regular Uber though before a regular like flying. If I had to pick between
giving up Uber Blacks over not flying first class,
it's not close. I'll take the flights any day.
Yeah. Me too.
Because
I'll just stop riding Uber at that point. I'll just I'll rent one of the bird scooters and scooter my ass around.
When you get on a flight and you get up, luckily I fly so much my status, like I rarely have to pay for it.
My status, yes. I'm trying to get on your status level.
Definitely
I'm not
status.
Yet. I got one more level, and I'm at the highest.
You're paying for first class seats. I get gifted them. That's how I know you're close.
Yeah. I'm one level away from the highest level I think you can have. I don't even know what my benefits are. So I'm an American Airlines guy. You know that. And I've stuck with them because of the points and because they're fair price and they're fair experience. I don't know why people hate on American every time I say that. Because Delta's usually more expensive, right?
You get what you pay for. So is Uber Black.
But I have flown Delta a couple times.
You first?
It does feel nicer.
Was it first?
Huh? Yeah.
Was it regional?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Did you have a meal?
I don't know if I had a meal on this. I'll have to look at which flight it was.
The experience of Delta, you can clearly tell Delta treats their people better by the way that
Wow. Okay.
Jade's dad is a pilot for Delta. My assistant, Jade.
Yeah.
Or chief of staff. I call her Chief.
That's a good title. Shit, that's what I need to call Lisa. I've been trying to think of, we don't like the term manager.
She's a part owner in the podcast, and then she helps me with it. So that kind of makes more sense.
I want to own some of the podcasts. How do I do that?
Come on.
Jade's got it fucking hooked up. I want her job. Dude, if I stop doing influencing stuff, she's got to leave. And I'm say, hey, sorry, Evan was actually first pick for assistant.
I mean, I definitely am a softie, so she could probably talk me into anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
But her dad works for Delta, and he'll back me up where they like treat people that well.
Okay,
and you can feel that,
I will say it does feel nicer when you say
in the
Delta.
Back of the
headrest,
chair.
Chair.
Doesn't seem like it would, but it does.
So I do know that one of the levels of experience I had on Delta one time was, and I think I've flown Delta maybe a 2 or 3 times, literally 2 or 3 times, if not once, but I think 2 or 3 times. And I might count like going and coming back on Delta. I forgot it was the brand I think I was working with.
It wasn't a long flight though. They're all kind of
but I flew one. They had like this level right below first class called like
Comfort Plus.
I think that's bullshit. I think that's a scam. All you get is more legroom.
Well, so where did I fly to?
They might have given me free drinks on that too.
I flew to LA last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And kind of last minute, and everything was sold out. And so I was in the last row window, and I'm pretty tall, so my knees were jammed.
Yeah.
Into the seat in front of me.
Yeah.
So I would have said that, but having that legroom would have been a big difference.
Yeah, and you're towards the front of the plane, so you can get off. I mean, I was 1 row behind first class. It was actually the most, that feeling like when you're flying first class, right? And everybody walking by that's in main cabin, there's just that sense of I'm better than you, right? And I don't feel that way. I don't believe that. But that's what's the judgments that are going on, dude. Yeah. And I can...
I got on the plane last.
That's smart, especially in the front. But sometimes I like people to see that I'm flying first class. I like to flex on people, so I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm getting on first. And you know what? Like, I'm gonna get off first too, motherfuckers. I'm gonna get off first too.
You have your drink and you sit there and you're like,
I'm joking.
You show someone they get on the plane.
Yeah, and I come from a humble background, so I get to
don't forget that, bro.
Yeah. Now that I'm making decent money and it's my own money I'm spending, and it's a bit, I like to be able to pay for first class. I like to be able to pay for Uber Black too, baby. I'm gonna do it.
I like to get there, and I'll go to the gate person.
Yeah,
and I say I want to get on last. So just let me know when you're gonna close the door, and I'll sit next to the gate.
Yeah.
And then they won't let me get cut out because I want to be on the plane.
Hey, that's like the ultimate flex. Like, hey, listen, I'm first class, but I'm gonna get on last.
No, because
hey, Todd Anderson here.
Yeah, right.
Listen, let me show you my boarding pass. See, I am first class, but just so you know, I'm gonna get on last.
It's literally, I want to be on that plane the
least amount of time. I get that,
and that's why I love if I do get upgraded. Because as soon as it lands, I can boom. Also, I'm someone. Yeah. No one picks the bulkhead, the first row. Like people in first class. Normally,
I never pick that.
That's my favorite.
It's the worst seat.
I love it.
It's the worst seat. You're staring at a wall, and I don't ever carry on. I don't ever carry on a bag to go in the overhead.
That's crazy.
I never use the overhead.
You check?
I hate the overhead. I always check a bag because I'm always taking too much stuff with us. You get a free check bag. You get 2 free check bags with my status.
Think of how much life you get back. Think of every bag that you've waited for. Days of your life.
It does suck waiting for the bag, right? But I get high anxiety for some reason.
You're a high stress guy.
I am. I'm a high stress guy. I get really high anxiety in crowded situations. I get really high anxiety flying. I get because I get there 2 hours early.
Yeah,
dude.
You'll have like a 6 a.m. flight and be there
early. Huh?
You'll have a 6 a.m. flight and be there at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I will. And so I don't know. A lot of, I've heard that, I just feel like I'm like this, but I've heard that guys that have been deployed, that have been in combat, they get, that's kind of a form of PTSD, but it's anxiety, I've heard in crowded situations. I don't like being in crowded malls and concerts. That's why I like to do concerts like, I'm trying to. No, I mean, when I was younger, for sure. And so I don't know if it's an irritability thing. I don't think it's like a PTSD combat thing.
I don't think that's
I've just heard that. And especially right when you get back from combat.
I don't think it's uncommon, though. Like, a lot of people have anxiety in the airport.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with that.
That's why I think the bars are so popular, too.
Yeah. Well, and people use that as an excuse to drink.
Right, but I do think one, I think people are just nervous about flying.
Yeah.
And then two, I do think
there are some that I believe are nervous about flying. It definitely
is like a stressful,
if you overthink it, because when you're taking off, you ever just have that feeling where you're like, what if we go down right now?
Dude, you can't go down that path.
Yeah. I do it sometimes, like, dude.
When you think
what if we go down, dude? This isn't normal. This isn't natural. We are not supposed to be doing this.
When you think
what
about
if we go down?
Everything that could go wrong on an airplane, like you think about like all the flaps and like hydraulics, like they're like,
and how one minor mistake can fuck everything up.
It's
bird strike. That happened to the dude that landed the thing in the Hudson.
Yeah, double bird strike.
Was it a double bird strike?
Both engines. Both engines.
Yeah, because it was there was like a flock of birds coming up. Huh.
There's controversy over that.
What do you mean?
That he could have made it back to the.
That he shouldn't have landed on the water?
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Pilots.
How far? Well,
they're pretty close. LaGuardia is.
I've never flown out of LaGuardia. I've only been in New York once.
6 miles from the Hudson. I think Newark is similar.
6 miles is not a lot of time in the air when you're moving that fast.
I mean, it worked out great.
Well, maybe
But a water landing's super risky.
Yeah, if he would have wrecked, if people would have died, because no one was even injured, I don't think, right?
No, I think everyone was.
Everybody, I know no one died. No. I think everybody was good.
What's crazy is
man, that's
I didn't live there,
but that's what he was taught to. That's what he's instructed to do, right? I mean, he's communicating with the tower. Surely they're going to be like, I think on board with his plan, huh?
I think it was up to him though. Like they don't really.
Like he can either try to come back or you can land in the water.
I'm not going to make it. What's crazy though is like a year before.
Imagine being on that flight. Imagine being on that flight. You think you're dying?
Do you think that?
Don't you think you think you're going to die for sure?
I don't know though, because like
that would be scary as fuck.
You know what's scary is, and I learned this. I had a really bad flight a couple weeks ago where we hit a jet stream or not a jet stream, but like a wind, like a huge plane flew in front of us.
Okay.
And the pilot said it was like a super low.
Oh, he announced something like he.
Yeah, we hit his wake basically.
Yeah.
Our plane, 30,000 feet, literally. It was like we got hit by it was crazy. Our plane was like, boom, went to 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Sideways.
Really?
Back the other way.
And this is Delta.
And then even back and then even back out. So apparently
you got to be in the Comfort Plus.
Yeah. If a plane, apparently like a big plane, they create a huge wake like in a boat.
Yeah, for sure.
But the chances that
it's that jet fuel. It's the everything that's not fuel, but
the wind basically.
Yeah, the power from the jet.
But the chances that you go in the exact same spot as an airplane are like
never
1 in a million. Well, it did. And I thought I'm not a nervous flyer. He is. I legitimately thought we were crashing. Like,
damn, Todd.
There was a moment where I was like, "This is it."
Damn.
It felt like our wing fell off.
Really?
And we had another one.
That's wild.
Dude, we had another one. We were flying into Philly maybe 2 years ago. This is probably actually way scarier because I think we were actually close to something bad happened.
Yeah.
We're coming down. The clouds were super low. Couldn't see out of the windows at all. And we were 100 feet from the ground. Couldn't see out of the windows.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, our pilot literally goes from we're about to land but can't see, full throttle forward, pulled straight back, and basically came up off the runway. And it was turbulence, climbing up as straight as we could.
This is taking off?
No, landing.
Oh.
Literally came down.
Oh, he was about to land and then had to abort?
Jammed it at full throttle up, shaking crazy. He came on and was like, there was a miscommunication with air traffic control of who was landing. Basically, we almost had another
way.
Plane. Yes.
When did this happen?
It's probably a year ago now.
Do you know how pissed I would be?
It was crazy.
Dude, this is two horrifying stories from Delta, and you're like, yeah, but hey,
that was American.
First class.
That was American.
No,
yes, because
of course
doesn't have Delta flights.
Shit, dude. Well, the story is that, the same jet that Spirit Airlines is using is probably the same or similar jet to what everybody else is flying on. It's just the interior's experience is different. I imagine they all have to have the same technology. Yeah. Do you think the class of pilots are better? Hell no.
Oh, they are.
As you get more expensive nicer airlines.
Yeah.
You think so? Yeah, because they'll take like new guys or young guys or girls or yeah.
But I do know that I was talking to Joey Muccio. You know Joey?
I've never met him, but I know that a lot of the same people that I know him.
Yeah, he flies for Frontier.
That's right. He's a pilot. Yeah, I've seen his
I know that
like
Frontier is the worst airline to fly on, but working for an airline is not.
And that's what he flies for. Is Frontier?
It's not the same as flying on an airline.
Yeah, I was in rehab with a pilot.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's like a Flight. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Banana Boat.
Not a true story though. I used to think Flight was a true story, but I think it was
might have been the guy you were with.
Huh?
Might have been the guy you were with.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna say this dude's name. I love this guy. Good friend. He was a military pilot, a helicopter pilot in the military.
Was that his name?
What?
Denzel Washington.
In the movie? Yeah.
No, I'm saying.
No, this dude's white.
What's the guy's name in the movie? I don't remember.
Who Denzel Washington is?
Yeah.
That's a good one. No, I feel like there is a Frank though, because I think Denzel.
What's his name's?
John Goodman is. Yeah,
the best character.
When he talks about the banana boat, he brings that Coke to the room.
He offers it to him.
Yeah, and what's crazy is like, as a former user of stuff like that, how accurate that is.
Is that like a thing?
Oh, dude, talk about getting sober. Yeah, immediately sober. And the way that he sets up, like, he gets him high with the Coke, and he comes right back to he's back, baby, right?
Is this cigarette thing a real thing? Like to put it in the...
Oh, yeah. We used to lick the end of a cigarette filter and dip it in it or on the powder, so you get powder all over the cigarette and smoke it. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, something
just like a thing
Coke heads do. Yeah. But what's crazy accurate is when John Goodman, he's like instructing the people that are with the lawyers that are with Denzel, like, all right, he's gonna blah 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 at this time, and then here's another gram he's gonna need this in an hour. Yeah, like he's gonna need more, gosh, so crazy, but such a good movie, dude. I'm not a big crier. I wish I was someone. I was telling Lisa this. Our manager, Lisa, I was telling her that I wish that's something I want to experience more. I think it's like an emotional thing. So it's not like I say like I'm not a big crier because I'm trying to be like, I don't cry. Yeah. It's because it's like I have lost that inability. I don't know. I can think of very small amount of times where I've truly cried, and I'm working on.
Like, what if you tear up? Do you never tear up?
It's so hard. I mean, I will get to where I'm feeling that, but to actually cry
daily.
I could see that. Dude, I want to make make a New Year's resolution. I want several resolutions, but one in particular, I want like me, you, maybe Adam, Jack, whoever to do like maybe guys trip, and I want it to be a fitnessy challenge, outdoor challenge. And I'm not talking about running a marathon, dude. I have no desire to ever run more than half a marathon distance.
Why?
I think because I just don't like runners. No, I don't want to be a runner. I don't want to be known as a runner. I don't want to be like someone that's like, hey, yeah, I ran a marathon last year. I just don't want to say that. I have no desire to say that to anyone. Half marathon distance, I think, is shows that, hey, I'm fit enough. I can do this if I want to do it. If you can train yourself to run a half marathon, you could just might as well call yourself an ultra runner, because I think you could do it. I think you see ultra runners, dude. It's super slow. It's just a mindset thing about going the distance. Half marathon with a good time shows that you can push the pace and that you can go the distance.
I think half marathon too, from a health perspective, is like
someone died at the last marathon that was here in Nashville. The Rock and Roll, or not the last one, but at the one we ran where I did the 5K.
That was the last one.
They've done a marathon here since then. I think they did there was some run that they shut the streets down for that was full.
Well, the big marathon.
Yeah, the big rock and roll
but,
run.
I think
someone died at
training
it.
for a half
no
marathon.
Thanks.
It was a chef. He was like 30.
Chef, yeah, not like in his 30s, right?
Yeah.
Why? And then you told me you were like, people die all the time at marathons. And I was like, what?
Dude,
what the fuck?
They don't advertise
then
it. Then
why are you running a marathon?
Well, people die doing
You're a marathon runner.
Once. Only once.
Really? Only one time?
I do, but I feel like a half marathon, if you try to run a half marathon for a good time, that's like also the healthiest distance to train for.
Why? Just because
the amount of time. It's like, you're only training an hour or so at a time. Like marathon's not good for you. Like you're talking 3-4 hours.
Right.
It's like super stressful.
Yeah. Like what's a average time for a marathon?
Like Ken right now, it's like a 2:30. He's the fastest in the world over 50.
Over 50.
World record's 2 minutes or 2 hours.
Fuck.
But
can you imagine, like, Ken's fast, but can you imagine having 2 hours, like beating someone by 30 minutes, like when that's supposedly a good time?
I can't even comprehend it. But I would say the average person, I would say, probably finishes around 4 hours if you took a whole marathon. I mean, that's not good for your body to be redlining for 4 hours.
Yeah. Redlining.
Imagine how not good it is for you to run across an entire state. Where he's running.
Matt, did you see what he's doing now?
No.
Running across the country in no, dude. Running across the freaking.
I haven't got the sponsorship email yet.
Country. It's coming, baby. It's coming. No, love Matt, man. What a dedicated dude. Savage, dude. Good friend. That is crazy. You know what's so funny about that is I remember him saying multiple times too during the run, I'm never running across anything ever fucking again. And I knew that was bullshit.
What do you mean he was going to be that? He just did it not long ago.
Yeah, and I think this was like run's planned for May or something.
That was a quick turn of
2025. Yeah, and it's 3,300 miles. He's running like with 11. I don't know.
You know what I love about him though is like he's so funny because it's unique in where he's like authentic and it's not like this like health freak. He doesn't give a shit.
No, I think it's more of a challenge for like it's doing it. It's it's sure. Overcoming the and it's the thought of like
what's our
challenge going to be? I don't know. So like my thought is like I don't want to do rim to rim to rim like you did, but I'm already doing that in April. I mean. In Miami, I want it to be maybe outdoorsy. Like, let's overcome a lot of things while we're doing it. Let's go feel like men again, dude. Not that we don't feel like. Let's go feel like men, dude. Yeah, get some Chad Wright up in this, dude.
Well, what's hard though is like, what do we pick? Like, that's pretty vague.
I mean, like we could go.
I'm so bad at it.
We could go. I gotta stop messing with this microphone.
I'm talking about someone that's not outdoorsy. This guy.
Yeah, but you did the Grand Canyon thing.
Yeah, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, you almost died.
No, that's what I'm saying. And also there wasn't much like survival tactics. Like if I'm out in the wilderness. Yeah,
no, I want to like maybe hike the Appalachian, not the whole Appalachian. Let's look at like a good leg of the Appalachian. Hey, dude, I was also in the Army infantry.
Well, I think that was a long time ago, dude.
2014, I got out. 10 years, baby.
That's changed, dude. Imagine.
But that's why I want to do it again. I want to prove to myself that we still got it.
Yeah, you need to do something, huh?
Maybe it's the fact that I watched the movie Without a Paddle last night. You remember the movie Without a Paddle?
I think now you'd probably join the Coast Guard.
No way.
Like just based on your like travel.
I had a cousin in the Coast Guard. Yeah, that's the kind of life I'm living now. I was
trying to like act like I knew. Like
yeah, you relate it to. Well, yeah, that's a pretty good guess. Coast Guard. I mean, we don't even look at that with the military brand. So Navy would have been a good. Air Force actually probably would have been.
No, but I'm saying Coast Guard. I feel like those guys. I'm sure they're crazy. Like it's probably the same, but there seems to be a chip on their shoulder of like. It's the same.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're on this boat that's like right off the coast usually.
Or like, they're guarding it. It's kind of.
They're not. When's the last time Coast Guard got into combat? Never.
Drug dealers all the time.
No, dude. That's what the movie's like. You think they're out there just mowing down drug dealers?
I don't know.
It'd be cool though to go. No, I'm not hating on the Coast Guard. I'm not hating on the Coast Guard.
Yeah, right.
They're great, dude. They're great, dude. They protect the borders. I guess the ocean borders. No,
does that count as a border?
I mean, the Navy would. If it was like war or something, the Navy would come into play. I don't know what they do. I mean, yeah, dude. I guess they help like fishermen that are stuck out there. Or someone, cruise ship goes.
I think they would say differently. They rescue people all the time.
Yeah. There's a movie. Ashton Kutcher played a Coast Guard rescue diver.
I have a feeling they don't love that movie, but yeah.
Oh, it's probably super accurate, like all military and Coast Guard
movies. All the war movies out there.
No. The Coast Guard's great. That would be a cool job. I don't know how that works. Do they like go out on a boat? Like if you're in the Coast Guard, is it like being in a military unit, or do you go home every day? I know
less than you.
I know. I'm just thinking out loud. I guess I'm thinking out loud. I don't know. Like if you were in the Coast Guard and you're in Miami, is there like a time where you're like out on the boat 24/7? Maybe some of the bigger ones.
I don't know.
But yeah, how did we get on the Coast Guard?
Like, I don't feel like that would be very like efficient to like be in and out all the time with the boat, right? Because they're big. Some of them are massive.
Well, yeah, imagine maybe like they've got like a shift, like maybe they go out for 2 weeks.
That makes sense. We're really sorting this out based on no information.
Oil rigs or something, maybe help people that are out at oil rigs, they can help in those situations.
The cartel stuff's crazy, those with the submarines and
stuff.
I
have seen that, yeah.
That stuff's crazy.
That is wild.
They're like $10 million submarines.
Well, yeah, they'll have like, I've seen one, they're like shitty submarines. They're like...
Well, no, they have like nice ones now.
Yeah, but maybe some of them do. But I remember, you remember that video that went around that was like, actually, I think it was a Coast Guard guy, like
hawk down a submarine.
Yeah, he's like opened the hatch to the thing and like got these guys out of.
But think about what's not getting caught. Like think about if you're a cartel and you build a $10 million submarine, which would be probably pretty nice. You make one trip and you pay for that thing.
Yeah, pay
so
for
you
it
deploy
probably
10 of them,
3 or 4 times. Yeah,
and one gets caught.
Yeah, and nobody's talking. They're not going to find you, dude.
No,
I think that maybe the one in the video I saw was I think it was drugs, but I think they moved people illegally that way too. Maybe
that seems hard.
From Cuba or wherever.
Shocking. People aren't. I don't think they would
just be making all this up.
Yeah, that's surprising.
I went down a weird rabbit hole this morning on TikTok. Like you ever just go like. Oh. Go down some weird. I went down a dark. I don't even know why I went. Like, I got into watching.
I feel like I
saw this video about like police find body parts in the wood. And like I'm just like watching all this gruesome shit.
I'm deep in a quantum computing rabbit hole.
I don't even know what that is. Quantum. Do you know what that is? Quantum computing.
I mean,
you go from watching Sexy Red all day.
I know.
Get it sexy.
They're one and the same.
Boy, you know that ass super fat. To quantum computing.
Quantum computing's crazy, dude. It's like Terminator.
What is it? I mean, tell me.
Basically, you know? So Google created this quantum chip. Like computers basically are like ones and zeros. That's all.
What does quantum mean?
It means
infinitum.
It means below. It's subatomic, so below atoms, below electrons and protons.
Okay.
It uses qubits instead of bits.
Okay.
Which is like basically under the smaller than an atom, everything we know about the world falls apart. And you can have multiple outcomes at the same time.
Okay.
Like multiple universes.
So Google okay. So like the show Quantum Leap,
So Google created this chip that basically, because it can create these multiple outcomes at the same time, it's like having 10,000 supercomputers connected where this chip solved a problem that would take the best supercomputer in the world like a million years to solve. Yeah. It's scary, dude.
Damn.
It's going down a path.
That is wild. Do you think, I remember hearing Elon Musk talk about
AI.
Well, the I forgot what he called it, the Mind Link.
Oh, Neuralink.
Neuralink, where it's like, you can put it in and it can maybe cure blindness in someone that's blind, or it can cure deafness, or whatever's going on, right?
Yeah.
But he was also talking about how I don't know if he said that he was planning to have this created or he thinks we'll get there or whatever, but where we can just communicate telepathically, basically without talking. I hope that never happens. Well,
I think his thing is...
Who would ever want that?
Well, he tried to stop AI. I think now he's like, okay, this isn't stopping. We need to figure out a way to adapt, and that's the only way to...
I'm not going to communicate with anyone through my thoughts. You know, like... Could you imagine that? Like, could you control it? Can you control it? Or does someone just know?
Well, they've already done that.
Like, if, you know, so I'm checking out the chick on the elevator and I'm like, damn, I wonder if she's single.
Quadriplegic that literally they hook up electrodes to with Neuralink.
No way.
And they play Pong. They think about moving the thing.
No way.
Yes.
No way. So you've seen tests of this?
Yes.
Oh, my God. So and that's not AI? We're not watching.
No, it's only a matter of time before... Like, think about it. Every thought you have is just an electrical signal. So eventually, if you get enough data, you could literally take any electrical impulse and predict based on your brain waves what you're thinking, which is hard to really fathom. So people will be able to read your mind eventually. Yeah,
but do you think that would ever be legal? You know,
I don't know if but I don't know if,
install something like that in somebody.
No, I'm saying, like, I think they'll be able to do it based on just like a laser on your head.
Yeah.
You can shoot a laser.
I hope that never happens.
You can shoot a laser at a computer and read the keys.
We would all be screwed if that.
Well, that's why he hated.
We would all be screwed.
That's why Elon was like, AI is scary, and then everyone like just kept not listening, and now that's where we're at. It's iRobot, real time.
Yeah, I don't use AI stuff. I mean, I don't know. What do you use it to write your?
No, I love it for like
stuff or
like if you're trying to like, it's amazing especially if you dictate. You're like, you know, hey, you know, my name is Eben. I'm trying to, you know, the company I'm trying to make a video for. This is what they do. You talk it all out.
Yeah,
you're like, write me a funny skit.
Yeah, but it's always shitty. It's always like you can always tell. Yeah. You just keep.
But the other thing it's awesome for is like, hey, I'm doing a speech. Or I'm trying to make a presentation on marketing for my company. This is my company. These are our numbers. And it will like kick out an entire outline.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you seen people that like do AI art and they like call themselves AI artists?
Yeah. The AI video stuff is getting wild.
Yeah. What's the artistry behind it? Like you telling AI what to do in a way that like, come on, man. That can't be art, AI? Dude. Yeah, that's AI up there on the wall. Yeah. Actually, you know what? That's the only... My mom got me that painting.
What is it?
You know, I just wanted some art. One time, it was like the first office job I had. I remember I got back from the Army, and I was like trying to get back on my feet, you know, in and out of addiction, in and out of jail, and I finally get on the a straight path, you know, and I'm like working. I started working for my dad, and it wasn't like one of those things where it's like, oh, you just got to, you know, pass with your dad. Like, no, like he wasn't going to hire me unless I was able to actually perform and
what were you doing?
Do stuff. He at the time he was doing website design. He owned his own business. He was website design and social media marketing, SEO stuff. And yeah, so I was helping with that, you know, taking calls, getting more to learn how to do it, kind of, you know, listening in on meetings with him and that kind of stuff. And I remember it was like my birthday, and I was like, I want some art from my office, Mom. You know, like I need some art to hang on my office. I want to get some more art. I want to get actually, you know, big pieces, and I guess I can technically have two things. The basketball goal counts as art.
That thing's sick.
It's so sick, dude. There's one coming to you. I got one coming.
I'd be hype about that. Where should I put it?
I need to check on it and make sure he's on top of it. Outside somewhere in contrast therapy, you know, definitely on the back porch. Like, I think it should be, it doesn't need to be exposed to the elements. So, like,
keep right of the fireplace.
Yeah. Or above the, no, you got the TV. Yeah, to the right of the fireplace. Because we need to hoop on it. We need to play on it.
Yeah.
We need to jam out on it, dude.
I agree. The thing's cool.
I think so, too. Oh, so we got to pick our, like...
Oh, yeah.
New Year's resolution task.
Outdoor.
Yeah.
Do you want it to be, like, monumental where people know what it is? Like, you know, like, rim to rim to rim.
Yeah, we're going to do this, and everybody's like, oh, shit. something like that. I had never heard of rim to rim to rim until you.
I mean, rim to rim is a great thing because it's like it's 25 miles, but it's like you have the whole day. It's very hard, but it's like beautiful. It's great. I mean, have you ever been to the Grand Canyon?
Mm-mm.
Dude,
we did fly maybe over it when I went to Vegas.
I flew over it. I actually just flew over it last week, but I never would have picked it. But being there is like surreal. It's surreal.
Yeah, I want to see it.
So rim to rim could be sick.
Yeah. We make like a weekend out of it or whatever.
You Airbnb.
That'd be pretty sick.
It's one day, right? So you have 20 hours, right, to go 26 miles. Crazy incline, but like it's still like really hard.
Yeah.
But you don't have to run the whole thing, and you still have to filter your water. You have to carry out your gear.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so that's an option. I think what we do is we create a list, and we just have a few top 3 choices, and we vote on it, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to do anything where I, like, I'm going to die.
You know? Hell no. Me neither.
Rim to rim was actually, like, there were some spots where it was dicey.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me.
Yeah, that was...
Rim to rim to rim.
Like, so if
that's
I
what? That's 75 miles?
No, it was 46.
Oh, okay.
But the problem is it's 2,400 feet of elevation. Right. So it's like a mile up, a mile down.
Forget that. Dude, I went to Hinman's in Colorado, and...
elevation?
Yeah. Well, no, I never really struggled with elevation because Afghanistan's technically at elevation, I think, and we had to train for it a little bit. So...
That was before.
But dude, just going on the mountain bike ride with him, we went through. I think we were at maybe.
You went mountain biking?
Oh yeah. Hinman's a mountain bike machine.
I know. But when was the last time that you mountain biked?
Well, I got that Trek bike in the storage.
Dude, like mountain biking is a different beast.
I don't know a mountain bike like that. No, yeah, and this was it was.
It's also not good for big fellas.
Yeah,
I struggle with a mountain bike.
Oh yeah, I could see that for sure.
It's just not
being a bit. Yeah, you wouldn't be agile.
Just the weight is just that's the thing is with a mountain bike. It's the exact same machine with more weight on the tires. So yeah, you're just not as agile. Everything's just like amplified.
Yeah. I rode a fat tire bike.
That's what I would need for sure.
So the fat tire bike. Yeah, you would definitely need a fat tire bike. Dude.
You just look a loser.
I rode. Yeah, you look like a loser. I rode the wide body, dude. He let me choose though, and I chose the fat tire.
If you got a wide body, you got to ride the wide body.
Yeah, I needed the extra rubber.
How much are you weighing these days?
200. Well, I got down
200.
To actually. Yeah, I was like 290 at one point.
But you weigh 200.
Mm-hmm. What is that? What?
That's light, dude. That's last time I weighed.
Not when you're 5'6". That's still fat. Last time I'm still fat.
200 was 8th grade.
You know that movie Bad Santa, the kid in the first Bad Santa? Seen the whole thing. You need to see Bad Santa. Okay. There's this big husky kid, and were you a husky kid? Oh yeah. You remember the husky size jeans?
Dude, I have an ongoing joke with my mom about this.
About husky jeans?
Yeah. I used to have to buy husky jeans, and it was when that's how you know we're old. Is like I remember carpenter jeans
have husky?
Were cool. I don't know. It's kind of a nice word though. It's a good word.
Yeah, it's like fat shaming to say husky.
But like, what else are you gonna say?
I know husky's fair.
So it was when carpenter jeans. Like I'm on the second cycle of carpenter jeans. They're cool again. But I used to get husky from American Eagle, and then have to get them hemmed.
Hemmed because they were
too long.
Oh, because you were young, you shouldn't have been in that.
Yeah, they were like 34s, but I was like in 6th grade.
What's your waist now?
36.
Okay, I'm like 34. I got about 25 pounds I want to lose.
25?
Yeah, I want to take it down to 174, 173.
Have you hit
on my frame? That's
Have you hit a plateau at all?
Yeah, I'm at a plateau right now. So I'd actually dipped down to 189. This is how much weight fluctuates.
You were pretty slim. I feel like remember when we ran into each other?
Right before my birthday, I was slimmer. A little bit before.
Yeah. I remember when I ran into you in the park. Remember that one randomly?
Yeah.
That time.
We were both running. Happened to be running.
I didn't realize it was you till like literally your foot in front of me.
You were talking on the phone. You weren't running. You were power walking.
I call my mom every day.
Oh, do you? Dang, dude, you're a mama's boy, huh?
Yeah. Well,
I hadn't talked to my mom in 6 years. No, I talked to her. We text. I'm getting better at communicating.
No, my mom and my dad. I'll call my mom, and it usually puts my on speakerphone and talk to my dad. So
that's cool.
I try to. If they're free. I would say probably 3 times a week.
Yeah. That's cool. Husky jeans. So where did you buy your jeans at?
Most of the time I get American Eagle. Yeah. That's where I got Husky. But American Eagle was like more affordable, but cool.
Yeah.
And then the bottom was like, it was good and I would be happy, but like Aeropostale was like the...
Aeropostale. I never wore Aeropostale.
Yeah, that was like kind of bottom. And then in college, it was Buckle because I was Affliction.
Yeah.
And Tap Out. I was all in on Tap Out.
Tap Out, yeah, I remember Tap Out.
So now I'm good friends with the founder of Tap Out, Scrape.
Oh, okay.
And he's going to we're going to Finland in February together, which is so crazy because when I became friends with him, I was like, dude,
when are you going to Finland?
Yeah, end of February.
For what?
A sauna trip with the guys, Jesse, Scrape.
Oh shit!
Devin. So we're starting at the northern tip of Finland, and we're working down every day. We have a different sauna for 8 days.
Oh wow!
But when I first met him, I was like, dude, do you understand how many shirts I bought of yours? Like,
yeah.
So that's all I wore in college. It was
Well, I think it's so popular just because they hit the UFC, ultimate fighting thing right at the right thing, and they were the coolest design to have. What was that other big? Wasn't there? There was another big.
Affliction was huge.
Affliction was, and no, you were a gayfer if you wore Affliction. See, I'm just kidding.
I thought it was cool at the time.
Did you wear your rhinestone jeans with your bedazzled jean pockets?
No, that was Ed Hardy.
Yeah, yeah.
Ed Hardy got big. That was your.
You know those big wide like jean? You remember Jinkos?
Yeah.
The big skater jeans. Those are like popular again for girls and girls. My sister-in-law showed me a pair of Jinkos online, $230.
Did you buy them?
No, dude. But can you imagine Jinkos, $230? You could put a skateboard in the back pocket.
I could see you American Airlines with a pair of Jinkos on first class. Like that seems like you.
No, dude. I didn't wear Jinkos when they were cool the first time, and I damn sure ain't wearing them.
Yeah, but you weren't
now.
You weren't driving Uber Black at that point. Now you are,
dude. You ride Uber Black too?
No, dude. I'm
Uber Black SUV.
I'm
Uber
grounded.
Black XL.
I'm grounded. You're. I don't even know, man.
What were the other bougie things that you were gonna?
For you?
Yeah. Because I called out the two that I thought were bougie, but really Uber Black is just a safety move.
You're two things. You're a hard yes on the
Oh yeah, that's non-negotiable. But the thing is I spend the extra. Like if I'm getting traveling somewhere for work for a brand that I'm going to work with, they're only covering coach to travel. Right. So I literally pay out of my pocket out of the business.
I've never done that with a brand so when if a brand's like, hey,
no, I just upgrade myself. That's why I book my own travel thing. So I pay for my upgrade.
But I'm saying, how does that work? Like they'll
Oh no! So they'll try to, like, some of the brands I work with will try to book the flight, and I always say, "Let me just, if you don't mind, we'll book my own travel, and we'll get the flight cost approved before we do it." So I'll send them the price for coach, and I'll buy a coach ticket, or I just invoice them for the price of coach.
You seem to get the first class in the contract.
I'm trying to, but then people will really say no. It's hard enough people to get you to. Not some of them. Some of them, they'll definitely cover that.
Katie always gets 2 first-class tickets put in the contract.
Yeah, but Katie's a savage.
I know. I don't.
Then maybe I need to do that. I need to start getting 2 first-class tickets. I don't even need the second one. I'm just like,
a lot of times with travel, they honestly don't look at it.
No, I know, because I do be billing for the Uber Blacks, because that's what I be riding. It's a safety move.
Yeah, totally, because you're afraid for your safety.
Yeah, because I'm at a place in life where I care about my safety.
Well, you're 200 pounds, so you're fragile. Arnold did say if you're under 200 pounds, you're not a man.
Did Arnold really say that?
He did.
Whoa,
so
Arnold.
I'm glad you drive Uber Black because I'm afraid for your safety.
Well, thank you for that.
I don't know if you can defend yourself.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I want you. I hope that you ride Uber Black.
I'm good
as well.
I'm 240.
No, you're right. You totally right.
Yeah. Dude. No, dude. But it's not a safety thing.
If it's not a safety thing,
I'm
what
actually
is it?
kind of worried about you now. Can you, from now on, can you text me when you, anytime
Yeah, I
you get
will.
an Uber when you make it safe? Because
Actually, we can add each other as riders on our Uber account. We can just check in that way.
It's more just like a fragility thing. It's like, like if someone were to attack you at your low weight, I just don't know if you even can produce the force. Like you used to have a strong
at 200
bench.
pounds. I still have a strong bench.
You used to, yeah. How much has your bench dropped
Suffered.
since losing weight? A lot. Bench is
the only reason my bench press has dropped, though, I mean, losing weight definitely you can some, but I got away from doing it like I used to. But I could still have a strong bench because when I was 165, I was benching 365.
But
that was back when I was 23. I was 23 years old and I was on steroids.
Yeah, well, no, but like they've done stuff where like they'll have people just lose or gain 5 pounds of fat, and literally bench press is the most affected by body weight.
Yeah.
So
I could see that. Why is that?
What do you think your bench
what do you
is
think
right now?
I could tell you. pretty close. I could probably do. I can tell you. Hey, I do know the answer to that question.
That's exactly what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me think. It was probably 280, 285. I really pushed it.
If we went to the gym tomorrow, like how confident do you think you can do 280?
Definitely, maybe twice.
Like what amount of money?
I'm not confident that I could do 300 right now, which is sad.
What amount of money
because I
would
was
you
like
put on
repping. I was doing 365 not long ago. $500.
You wouldn't put 1,000 on it.
I'll put 1,000 on it. Let's go to the gym tomorrow. 280.
I think you could do 280.
You'll buy my next first class ticket on American Airlines.
Dude, I don't think that would pay for you. I mean, you're bougie.
I gotta
probably
book some
buy
trips
two.
now to Miami.
You'd probably buy two because you have your Louis Vuitton bag in the seat next to you. It's probably
what? That is one thing, but I do want a Louis Vuitton bag to travel with.
You can have mine.
Okay, all right.
Katie bought me one for my birthday.
I'm not the guy that's checking a Louis Vuitton bag though, because that's the best way to get something yanked or gone through or stolen, right?
Maybe.
Expensive luggage.
You know what's cool? I don't know if you saw United just launched this week where you can take an AirTag, put it in your bag, and link it to the app. So if you ever lose your bag, they can find it for you.
I feel like that's their responsibility anyways, dude.
Right, but if they did, though, you'll never lose it because they can be like, oh, it's
unless
here.
someone finds the AirTag and throws it away. Like if your bag's stolen and they search for an AirTag.
Stolen's a different vibe.
Dude, I think they should make bags where it's like built into the system, the webbing.
You my sick Delta story? Mm-mm. So I went to LA. And
is this one of the 2 times you thought you were dying on a Delta flight?
No, this is the opposite. So I went to LA. I showed up to the airport way too late, got on the flight, but I checked my bag. Bag didn't get on the plane. So I'm midair, and it's like your bag is lost basically, but it just was going to, I didn't know they automatically send it on the next plane to LA.
I think you told me this, yeah.
Yeah, so immediately I put in a lost bag claim.
Yeah, that's right.
And whatever, and then I just waited to the next flight, and it landed. I got my bag. It was no big deal. But because they alerted me to put in a lost bag.
Yeah, you gotta make a claim.
And then so I'm a Diamond member, so I'm like, oh well, like whatever. Never heard back. 3 months later, I get a follow up, and they're like, following up on this claim, but like ask me all these questions, and I was kind of like sarcastic.
3 months, your bag's gone.
They're supposed to reply, especially for Diamond, in 24 hours. Oh. No, I have my bag.
Oh,
so it just came literally 30 minutes later.
Oh, okay.
So I just waited and got it.
Problem.
Didn't say anything. Kind of sarcastically replied like, "This was 3 months ago, and you guys are just following up."
Yeah,
like it wasn't even that serious. But I was kind of like, I'm a Diamond member. I thought like I would get a little more.
Yeah.
And so I had put the value of the bag was like $2,000.
Yeah.
Because of like whatever I had in it. Got a wire for $2,000.
Damn. I need to lose a bag, dude.
It's never happened.
I'm trying to lose a bag.
But I'm the only person I've ever heard happen that to. Because other people have lost bags on Delta. And
yeah. Screwed.
I was shocked. I thought it was fraud.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this is fake. And like I'm going to get, my credit card number stolen, and then turned out to be an actual wire into my bank account.
Damn, dude.
And I kind of felt bad, but then I was like,
No, forget that. As much money spend flying and all that.
Yeah, you know, I'm loyal.
Yeah, I probably spent that in first class tickets, no problem.
Definitely. No, that's you, dude. I get upgraded. You buy the actual tickets.
Dude, I never get upgraded. Like, I can get upgraded. You don't get upgraded every time.
I do. I get
how
80% because I have super high status. So, it ranks you in Delta, but Delta also.
But like once you're at the top, you can't go any Delta, higher. Is there a ranking within that?
Yes.
You think so?
No, there is. Delta also holds more seats for upgrades than other airlines.
Oh well,
like they always block off a few seats you can't buy that are only for people to get upgraded.
Damn, I wish American would do that, dude.
Just switch over, dude.
Then you gotta start. Well, no, you said they would match
you
points.
You can transfer your points.
Hell yeah. Well,
it'll change your life, dude.
I do want to do it.
Also, Delta's better out of.
I do want to check Delta out.
American for the amount of flight.
They got better. Yeah, better hubs.
There's a lounge, Delta Lounge in Nashville.
Yeah, is it sick? I need to find out what benefits I actually have because I think I can go with my status. I think I can go in the American Airlines lounge.
You definitely can, but there's not one in Nashville. I'm talking like the food's super good in Nashville.
Yeah,
like
drinks,
whatever you want.
I always go to that little bar restaurant right in the middle of the thing. Theo's hanging out, so we know he flies Delta now. So he's a Delta man, or at least for that time.
That should be enough for you right there.
American Airlines, American baby, America. It's got our country title in the name of the country in the title of the business.
I actually think they're owned by a non-American company.
China.
No, wait, they are. Wait, what's my phone? I think they're owned by. Who's American Airlines owned by? One.
That would be interesting. Is Delta owned by an American?
Yeah, they're in Nashville. Or, sorry, Atlanta.
Oh. I think American's in Atlanta, too. Maybe.
Okay, it's...
Yeah. That can't be. It's got to be owned by an American company. You can't name it American Airlines and not be owned by an American company.
Did you know Budweiser isn't owned by an American company?
I think I have heard that.
Belgian.
Oh, okay.
Which is wild because I feel like most of their marketing is like American stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. American Airlines is Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, man. That's as American as you can get right there. Yeah. It's as American as you can get, dude. Fort Worth, Texas, dude.
I don't know. Nashville's pretty American. Like halfway between North and South.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nashville's, very, very. What do you think? I was thinking about this the other day. What do you think is the most American state in the country? Like if someone doing a test or whatever, and you're like had to pick one state to represent the country best as equally as possible. As when you think of America, I ain't equally is the wrong word.
Do you mean America, what do you mean by equally?
Like, what do you think is the most Americana state? You know?
You mean like proud, or you mean like?
Just
equally
America. When you think of America, like if you had to pick one state, like is it Illinois? Is it, because like I don't know. I was thinking about this because I think I was thinking about the show The Simpsons, and I think it's based in Springfield, Illinois, right? It's like, why did they pick that? You think that's the most? Maybe that tells a story after his actual family.
I mean, Tennessee's not bad. It's a little south. I mean, I feel
because it's very southern regional. You got North, you got California. It's its own thing. Texas is its own thing.
North Carolina's pretty like North-South.
Carolina's a good choice. Yeah, North Carolina.
Because South Carolina,
North Carolina would be a good choice. But
North Carolina is kind of that in between.
Yeah, North Carolina would be a good choice.
I think it definitely has to be in the east half.
Yeah, maybe just something in the Midwest. Yeah, maybe Midwest. Ohio,
Virginia's
maybe.
Pretty American.
Virginia's
like one of the oldest states.
That's true. Plymouth Rock, where's that at? Massachusetts?
Yeah, that's way up there. I mean, Boston's pretty American, but it's like a different vibe for sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say the Midwest, though, is probably the most like neutral American, where it's like people are patriotic, but it's not like this like Southern vibe. It's like pretty like if someone from another country came, they'd be like, "Oh, this is America." Kind of Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, Indiana.
Yeah, no, I agree. All All right, dude. We've been going, I think, pretty long here. That was good, man.
Yeah, man.
First episode. So, yeah, dude.
It was adventure
Cheers
time.
to that. Adventure times. We will have another adventure next week. And if you're here, we'll run it back again.
We're about to smash some pizza.
Let's smash some pizza. Some post-pod za.